Hi, my crafty friends. Welcome to the lab. It's a pretty big mess right now because I've been playing with my junk journals. And if you've ever done junk journaling, you probably know that you feel like you have to just get everything out and you can kind of pick and choose all of the pretty pieces that you want to put into your journal. But today, I'm going to show you my 10 ideas for how to use cans in junk journaling. And I was hoping to have some really pretty finished journals to show to you, but unfortunately it just takes a lot of time and I didn't get that far. And today is my filming day, so I'm going to go ahead and film. And I can still show you all of my ideas, but I just wanted to mention that my journals are still in progress. And if you've done junk journaling, you kind of know that it's just an ongoing project and you kind of never finish them anyway. So let me get this mess cleaned up a little bit and then we'll jump right into it. All right, one last thing before we get started. I did want to mention that I'm going to probably be referencing a lot of older projects that I already have made tutorials for throughout this video. And so there'll be links to those in the description box. And I may throw up some QR codes on the screen as well. So there's a lot of projects that you're going to just see. And if you're interested, you can check into those further. And also, I do have a free mini course on getting started crafting with aluminum beer and soda cans, and there's a ton of information there and also some very simple projects. If you're interested in checking that out as well, you can click this QR code or check the description for more details. So here are some of the journals that I'm working on and that I'm going to show you today. And like I said, none of them are actually finished. So you can let me know in the comments whether you think you should have multiple junk journals going at once or whether you just do one. But as you can see, I have a pile here that I've been working on. So this first technique uses aluminum cans, and you can flatten the aluminum into sheets and then cut a lot of different shapes out. The possibilities are kind of infinite. These are just some simple shapes that I've cut, and you can either use scissors or a Cricut cutting machine. I do have a tutorial on how to use your Cricut cutting machine to cut the aluminum if you're interested in checking that out. But hopefully you can see the limitless possibilities of using this technique, because there's just an infinite number of shapes that you can make. And you can also add details using an embossing tool and other ways to add texture to the aluminum. You can use the silver side or the printed side if you have a pretty printed side. And one last thing that you can use the aluminum for, if you're interested, is if you use your Cricut cutting machine, you can cut out the shapes from your aluminum sheet, and then you can also use those shapes as an actual template to draw in your junk journal. So that's just some of the ways that you can use the aluminum. So here is one of my journals that I've used the aluminum in, and I've just put a little embossed arrow here. The one thing I will say about the aluminum is the glue. The glues that I've used are this Aqua Tombow. This is a newer glue to me, so I'm not as familiar with it. And I did try to use it to glue the aluminum, and it did come off. So I went to my Elmer's glue stick, and I think that's going to hold a little bit better. I have also used E6000 glue in some of my things. I probably used it here to glue these little rivets on. And you should use this with caution because it's definitely not a paper glue. But if you have thicker pages or your covers or different things, you can definitely use the E6000 glue. And there are a lot of other scrapbook and junk journalers out there that probably know a lot more about glue. Maybe you have some help you can offer the community by letting me know what glues you use. But these are the three main glues that I've used in my junk journals. And then just to show you one last application, I did emboss this sheet to add some embellishment to the cover. And I did use the E6000 glue on this because I have a nice thick cover and I don't think it's going to damage the paper over time. But I have to confess, I don't know how I did this, but I ended up putting my cover, I wanted this on the cover, the front, but I put it on the back. And not only did I put it on the back, I put it on upside down. So that's what happens when you get in a rush, I guess, but I've just decided to kind of embrace the silliness of it, and I'll put something else on the cover later. The second technique is to actually make stickers out of art from the cans, and you can do that by just taking your aluminum can again and flattening the sheet, and then I just added some what did I add? Mounting tape to the backs and put a little bit of the dimensional paint around the edges, and I'll link to that tutorial if you're interested. But basically it just allows you to take your journals. I have just a little mini one here, and I'm going to add my margarita and my limes. To my journal cover just by peeling off the back of that mounting tape and sticking them down. So that's just another sort of silly fun way that you can use your cans if you have some interesting artwork on them that you want to use in your journals. This next idea, I'm actually switching to the tin cans or vegetable or soup cans. And in this idea, you're just going to add, I have a little piece under here, you can't see it, but I have just a little circular piece hidden underneath, and then I've got a magnet glued under here so that I've got a nice little pocket closure. And I've done that in a couple of different designs. So you can either choose to hide the metal and the magnet, or you can leave them exposed. And here's one last sort of fun way that I added a magnet closure. I've got the magnet here, and I've got the little piece of metal cut out here. So hopefully you can see some fun ideas with that technique as well. So the fourth idea is just to use the aluminum sheets to make actual covers for your journals, and you can do that in a couple of different ways. In this journal, I actually used the aluminum side of the can, did a lot of embossing, and then added some alcohol inks to make the cover. And I have a couple of videos that show how I made this full cover from an upcycled book. And the second way to make covers for your journals is to use the artwork from the cans, and I have a full tutorial that I will link to for that as well. This next idea is to make bookmarks from the aluminum, and again you can use the aluminum side and do some embossing detail, or you can add your own artwork using water slide paper, and I have a full tutorial on that if you're interested. I've also made my bookmarks with beads made from the aluminum cans, which is a tutorial you can find on my channel as well. For idea number 6, I'm switching back to my tin can or vegetable can, and I'm using it to do some different print styles. So you can use an ink pad or you can use your paints. And I just thought there were some fun shapes to work with on the tin cans. So you can use the top to make small rings, the bottom to make thicker rings, and then by just brushing some paint onto these ribbed edges, I was able to make this sort of sporadic striped print. So that's just some ways that you can use the can to make backgrounds for your junk journals. Next up is to use some oversized pull tabs to make some closures for your notebooks. And to make the closures, I just used a couple pairs of needle nose pliers to bend my pull tab at a 90-degree angle. And I apologize, I don't know what cans these came from. I was gifted a whole lot of pull tabs, and so I don't have the exact cans that these came from, but these were especially fun because they were red and not just the original aluminum color. And so what I did with this is I glued one to the front and the back of my journal, and I put a little button on top to help hold it on and also just to kind of give it a more finished look. So I was a little unprepared for this video, but the idea is that you would put a little mini padlock on there to lock your journal closed. Another idea is just to use the pull tabs as little handles in your journal. So I've got one here on a flap that I can flip up, and here I've got it on a accordion piece of paper to kind of pull out. And I also put them on my upside down journal here as page tabs. Again, I'm not sure where these pull tabs came from, but they're very fun. They're different colors. So I have just 6 actual pages in this journal, and then I have a lot of little additions that I'm putting into it. So I used the pull tabs on both sides, just kind of glued together, to mark my pages so it's easier to flip the pages. You might have to use your imagination a little bit with my last 2 ideas because I'm very, I don't have this one put together at all. But this is my back cover for my art journal here. And you can use the pull tabs, again, kind of the oversized pull tabs, bent at a 90-degree angle again, to be a pen holder. So these are some fun little pens that I made out of a bunch of different materials. And if you have a pen that isn't going to catch at the top, you could just put a little stopper of some sort at the bottom. But that is made to fit inside of my journal cover here. So the 10th idea is actually what I'm making for the outside top cover of my journal here. And it's made out of the tin can pieces, and the reason for that is to make a magnetic surface so that you can take other tins with your little art supplies in them, add a magnet, and then have that stick to your cover, and that way you can add as many little tins as you want with some magnets to have a portable little art studio. And I have one final bonus idea. Again, I don't know where these pull tabs are from. I tried to find out. If you know, let me know. I think they might be from cat food. I'm not sure. But you can see that they're an oversized shape. And so I found that they make a really fun little photo corner for your pictures. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. I can find the page. Ah, there it is. So I used just some glue dots to tack these on to the page, but then you can see how easily your pictures slide in and out. And I think it gives sort of a really fun, kind of classy finish to your photo corners. So that's just one more way that you can use can parts in your junk journaling. I hope this video gave you some new ideas for using cans in your scrapbooking and junk journaling projects, and that you're inspired to look at ordinary things that would normally be tossed away and turn them into something creative and useful. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you would give it a thumbs up to let YouTube know you'd like to see more content from this channel. And if you haven't already, you can hit the subscribe button to join my YouTube community. If you're interested in learning more about working with aluminum cans, be sure to check out my free mini course that walks you through the basics of safety, cutting, flattening, and preparing the aluminum cans for crafting. And if you'd like to receive updates, you can add your name to my email list. You'll find all the links mentioned in the video description below. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.